YouTube, it's Adam back here, and today I have another video. This time it is part 3 of my how to make custom clone trooper tutorial. So last time where we left off, we're cutting out the little belt pieces that are right here. I actually finished cutting them out. You should have around 5 pieces, but yeah, so here is the arm pieces that we need to apply, the shoulder pads, and then I believe we are actually almost going to be done. The only other thing that I could see, well, actually that we probably need to do is the little thing on the back to tank or something, whatever it's called. But yeah, so let's just get straight into it. I don't want to waste too much time. But yeah, so what we are going to do is we're going to take the arms. Sorry, can't really see my camera screen right now. But just try and, that was actually a little bit too much super glue, but just apply it to the ends and just put it on the very edge. Try and line it up. You just have to hold it for a second, like so. You don't want it facing up too high, or else it will end up actually like going above, and then it creates an uneven straight in between the arms, which is not what you want. But it will do it to the other side now. And take that. Alright, and so there's those. You need to let those dry for a while, and once they're dried, you can pretty much shorten them, depending on if they're too long. You don't want them too long because then they go off the edges. But yeah, so what you need to do is you need to start applying the belt pockets, which you can do a couple different ways. You can try and take some tweezers or something and pick them up and glue them on one by one. But I'm going to do it where I actually apply the super glue to the belt first, and then just drop it kind of. If I can find, I guess I'll just use the end of this paintbrush. I don't know where my other tool is. Oops. So it might take a little bit to get it on. You just have to kind of line it up, which is kind of hard to do with the paintbrush end. Alright, there we go. So you can see that right there. Have the first pocket, and just drop the other one on there. Grab the paintbrush. Alright. So there's pocket number 2. You want them just a little bit of space in between, and yeah, so we can actually do pocket number 3 as well, and get that right. You want to get the third pocket about right in the middle, maybe a little bit more to the left. I might actually need another piece, but luckily there was another piece right there, so if we need it we can use that. So yeah, we need to apply a little bit more super glue for the next 2 pieces. I would recommend only doing about 2 pieces at a time. You saw me do 3, but yeah. So take another piece, and put that right there. Alright, and we'll take the next piece, just plop it on. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. Trying to line it up the best I can. Alright, So we have one last piece. So just put a little bit of super glue, just a little dab, and then, so yeah, you want the belt to be about 5 or 6 pieces, more or less depending on what you're going for. Sometimes you can have some really big pockets, or you can go for even more, and you can get it a little bit smaller. But yeah, so there's the belt. Looks pretty good. Alright, so sorry if my voice is a little wonky. I'm actually kind of sick, but yeah, so next you want to take a toothpick, chop off the end. I'm trying to do it the best I can without it flailing everywhere. But you just want to get the middle part where it's not pointed at the end, and you want to cut off something around. That's what I was talking about. And the toothpick was flying, but you want something about that size, and you want to apply it. You want to just pick a side, any side, and just start applying some super glue, and turn your figure around and line it up with where Lego printed, where it is, and that is that. All right, so now we still need to let this dry a little bit. It takes a while, but another thing that I would recommend you do is either you don't, well, you can just leave it like this, but normally you want to either paint. Let's see if I can just let it focus. You want to paint it around you just to give the illusion that the fabric is there. But you can just do whatever. You can leave it if you want. It's fine pretty much either way, but if you're going for the better look, then I would recommend doing that. Right now, I'm cutting out the guard, and I only do this for certain figures. But yeah, this video is almost 7 minutes long, so just cut out a little piece right like that. There's a couple ways you can do this. I just choose to, I might actually need a bigger piece, but yeah, you can see like that how I made the end kind of curved, and you can just like so. You can, oh sorry, I knocked the camera, and there's that. Alright, so now we'll apply that in a second. Right now we need to take the black paint and paint a couple places. So just putting it on my little tray I have off screen. But I want to take black paint and sort of just paint in here. Alright, like so. You can make it a little bit smaller or bigger. I kind of prefer bigger, because the saying, the bigger or bigger is better sometimes. Alright, like that. And another thing you want to do is paint around the legs. So alright, we may want to come back and get rid of that because it may not be even sometimes, but that's the good thing about Apple Barrel. You can always go back later. Alright, so there's that. You don't want to continue from the other side, because then if you come back around from the other side, it looks off compared to the one side. It looks uneven. You want it to be about the same thickness. But yeah, so there we go. Looks like the fabric is there. Yeah, so sometimes if I have mismatching colors with the fabric and the piece or the paint going around, I'll just paint over the fabric. No big deal. But you want to definitely not lay him down. So yeah, what else? So I'm not sure if this is dried yet, the arm pieces, but we will apply the guard now. So again, it should look something like that. Oops. All right, there we go. Have a curved kind of circular edge with a top that's kind of straight. And you just want to plop it down right about there. And you can make it bigger or smaller. I like to make mine smaller, mostly just because I don't feel like the guard over the legs is a significant part to the figure. But yeah, so here he is. He's almost done. Just need to pull his arms around and apply the shoulder pads, which are already bent. And the great thing about having all your pieces already made or already cut out and all that stuff is it feels much more of a simple process than going along and doing it. But what I'm going to do now, I see that the arm pieces are a little too long, so I'm going to trim them just a tad. I think that's about good. But yeah, so had to avoid touching the back of the legs there, which I think I accidentally did. Yeah, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick. That's why I should probably stop the tutorial part 3 for today here, because a lot of the pieces are still drying. But I'm really tempted just to keep going because we're so close to the end, and it feels like it would be a little bit worthless trying to be a little bit tedious for you guys, because you guys are trying to follow along, and these parts only come out every day or so, or every other day. So this will be maybe a little bit of a longer episode, and I will come back to you when they are dried and ready to be folded around the arm. Alright, so I am back, and here the arms have mostly dried, I believe, and so we are going to finish applying them to the arm. So just take a little bit, apply it to the back of the piece, start folding it over very slowly and carefully. Sorry if you can hear that, my cat is meowing. But yeah, so there we go. And now we need to do it to the other side. So very slowly and carefully wrapping it around, making sure I don't have to do it over again. And there. Alright, so now to apply the shoulder pads, we want to stretch out the arm like that so that the top of it is going directly down the side of the leg. Take a shoulder pad and put some glue on the very end of it. Either side works. And just line it up like so. And there you go. You have one shoulder pad. The shoulder pad is by far the easiest piece to put on. So you do the same with the other side. Take the end and and just line it up like that, and that is good, and we are done. So yeah, that's the whole entire figure. The outline of it pretty much is done. Looks really good, and now comes the phase of deciding what you want to design and how you want to do that. So that is up to you, and paint it any way you like. You can add anything to it. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. And this is goodbye, and have a nice day.